Hello, I'm Dwayne Cowan, and today I'm gonna get a chance to talk to you a little bit about myself, about my career, and some of the activities I get the chance to participate in while being a part of my organization. So first, I'll give a little background about myself, and I'll try to go a little quick, and maybe we can get into some things that are intriguing about some of the opportunities I get from being in this role. So first, I grew up in Atlanta, Georgia, born and raised. Went to the University of Georgia, received my undergraduate degree in biological engineering. I started my first job in engineering. I was a field engineer for Continental Tire, a German tire manufacturer. I did that for a couple of years before having the opportunity to move to Arizona to take on a new role within the organization. While in Arizona, I decided to go back to school and get my Master's of Business Administration degree from Arizona State University. Did that for a little while. Once I graduated, I continued to work in engineering for just a short period of time. Then I transitioned to a sales role, moving to Texas, where I became the off-the-road sales manager for our products. In that role, I received the Inner Circle Award for top salesperson. So that was a really nice achievement for myself, and I was pretty proud of that. I did that for a couple more years, and then moved to a new company, Thermo King. In this role, I took a district manager role, really promoting the sales of our products within Thermo King. And in that role, I received the top district sales manager award for the organization, which again was a nice achievement for myself. And I was excited about having the ability to actually win that award in my first year. I did that job for another couple of years and then moved to Minnesota, where I became the product manager for our organization. And in that role, I was tasked with creating products and services for our customers. To me, it was very exciting because that gave me the first opportunity to touch all parts of the organization. And I think some of you may hear about finance and engineering, procurement, and a lot of different other roles that are a part of the organization that keeps the momentum of the organization moving forward and helping us develop products and services for our customers. So being a part of that was very important to me. The one good thing I think about is a lot of you have lived in maybe Georgia for a long period of time. And I've had the opportunity to live in Georgia. I had the opportunity to live in Arizona, Texas, Minnesota. But not only have I had the opportunity to live in all those different states, I've had the opportunity to visit a vast, even more, states within the continental USA, and also, travel to Europe and South America. So all these have been opportunities that I've been had opportunity to just because I work at this organization. So it's always been fun to not only be a part of creating value for our customers, but also being able to travel across the world and see all different types of areas of the country. I love the beach, and so a lot of these places I get to go to, I can take some time off while I'm there and go visit the beach. And in some cases, I can bring my family, so it's always intriguing to meet and go to some very nice places. But to go back to talking about some other parts of the job, when I was the product manager, I really took pride in knowing that the things I create are going to be very important for our customers and the lives of some of the people who use our products. For example, I was involved in creating products that provide air conditioning. So I know all of you, when you're in school, you don't want to be in a very warm school. So you want to have comfortable living conditions or conditions within that school so you can work and do your class work and pay attention to the teachers. And so being a part of the team, that can develop air conditioning. In this case, it's for truckers. So you see these individuals who drive up and down the road who are truck drivers. When they go home or when they park and they want to go sleep in their cab, they need access to heating and air conditioning. And the products I created or part of creating were providing that for them. So that was very rewarding for me. And our company, Train Technologies, I don't know if all of you heard of it, but we actually provide the air conditioning for your schools and your homes and things of that nature. So that's something else we enjoy doing as an organization. But in that role, I was in that role for a couple of years, and I moved back into what I was very comfortable with regional director role on the West Coast, where I was responsible about $300 to $400 million in revenue for our West Coast portion of our business. And as I mentioned earlier, I've always enjoyed having the ability to travel and see different things. And so I remember my first year in the role, we were living in Minnesota, and I said, you know what, team, and not team, but this is my family. I'm talking to my wife and kids. I'm saying, we're gonna go to California. We're gonna go to San Diego. We're gonna go to Los Angeles, get to see some of the, go to some of the stadiums in there and just have some fun. So, and, I went out to work for 3 or 4 days, and then I invited the family to come out for a long weekend, and actually spent about 4 or 5 days there. And so, just by having the opportunity to see these different things and see that there's a lot of good things across this country, and being able to share that with my family, I think that's some of the fun parts of having the opportunity to travel and see a lot of different things. The other thing I get a chance to do is you look behind me, you can see some footballs. I think I have probably about 8 of those footballs behind me. I maybe can't see all of them, but all of them represent a Super Bowl that I went to over the last or past 8 years. I hope you can see the one in the back to my right. I guess it's my right. The Atlanta Falcons. That's the when I actually went to the Super Bowl in Atlanta a few years back, where they were hosting the Super Bowl. And then there's a ball up a little further where I actually went to the game when the Atlanta Falcons were playing the New England Patriots. So, just the opportunity to see different things across the spectrum of, whether it's football or golf, or if it's soccer, being able to go to Europe, Lisbon, to go to a soccer game. All these things were, intriguing and fun, but it all came from, the hard work to get into these roles where now you're doing things to really focus on driving value for your customers, and maybe even entertaining your customers. So just wanted to kind of tell you some of the things that were, good about it, and then I'll kind of transition back to some of my roles. So going back to the conversation around being the regional director, from that I was there for a couple of years and moved to a new role, being the vice president of North America sales. And in that role, I would say it's like this full circle where you're going out trying to understand the customer. So I would go to you and ask you, so what's important to you? And you may tell me whatever's important to you. Maybe it's something around school, or maybe it's something around, you want to play sports. You may want to do something else. And I would take that information from you and take it back to our teams and say, hey, whoever, if it's John or Mike wants to have this, and they would create that solution or product or service for you. And in turn, I would come back out and talk to you about it. So to be able to do that, I need to have very good listening skills, and I hope that all of you do listen very well in school. The other thing I would have to have is the ability to communicate exactly what your needs are, and be able to communicate that to the people in my organization so that it can come back with solutions that fit your needs. And then I will have to be able to take those and bring it back to you so I can articulate that point to you so you understand exactly what the needs are. And by doing that, I create something that you want, we get something we want in the organization, and it's a win-win for everyone. And in turn, I get a chance to continuously do this over and over again, day in and day out. So I love the ability to understand from each of you or each of my customers what their needs are, and then being able to bring that back to them in a way that suits them to support them. The other thing I want to talk about is I think everyone's heard about coronavirus and all the things that are going on with coronavirus. Our organization, as I mentioned earlier, always focusing on what's the needs of our customers. And in this case, I hope all of you heard about the Pfizer mRNA drug or the Moderna mRNA drug, and the stringent needs and deep frozen capabilities needed to transmit or transport this product or vaccine. Well, there wasn't a lot of ways to do it. Our company created a super freezer which can now transport this product at -70°C, which is extremely cold. 32 degrees Fahrenheit is what would be considered freezing for water to ice. And so just think about from 32 degrees Fahrenheit. Now I need to transpose 70 degrees C into Fahrenheit, but it's over 111 degrees Fahrenheit. So you can imagine how cold minus over 111 degrees Fahrenheit to really transport this vaccine across the world. So I'm excited to be a part of that. I've had the opportunity to be on MSNBC News to talk about our role we play, NBC News, our role we play. But the real important thing is there's over 7 billion people that need access to this vaccine. And so our ability to be part of that solution is so exciting because I want to be known as someone who could help support the ending of this vaccine. And so the things we're doing now to support is very, very important to our society. So as I wrap up, I want all you to think about when you listen to your teachers, how important it is to understand math and reading. Those things are very important. If you can't read, you can't understand. If you can't communicate and write, you can't get things across to your organization or whatever you want to do in life. And then math is critical to understanding how you make money. I'm hoping a lot of you are excited about future roles in different whether it's finance or accounting or even just sciences, but your ability to count is very important. So I'm excited. I grew up in Atlanta, as I mentioned earlier. I'm the brother of Dr. Steele, so I know how she works hard to ensure that each of you are learning and getting the best education possible. I've been part of that when I was growing up, where I had to listen and really pay attention to Dr. Steele, and she's been great to me, and I know she's been great to all of you. So I really appreciate you having an opportunity to speak to you, and I hope all of you are excited about your future career and what it could be. So thanks for taking the time to listen to me, and again, hopefully one day I'll have opportunity to have some of you come work at our organization. Thanks, and have a nice day.